Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us. You're watching the 9 at Night. I'm Stephania Jimenez. Now, this new year comes with newfound grief for two local families. We've learned the names of two men who were killed in a high-speed crash last Thursday. This happened on the northwest side. San Antonio police say that one of the victims is 25-year-old Armando Lerma and the other is 19-year-old Justin Tello. Investigators say that they both died Thursday after crashing into a tree along Braun Road near Loop 1604. Now, they think that Tello, who was behind the wheel, had been speeding at the time. Now, Lerma had just celebrated his birthday. In other news, a faulty water heater may have caused an overnight fire. Happened around 2:30 this morning at an apartment complex on Northeast Parkway. It's near Wurzbach Road and Austin Highway. The fire affected two apartments in the building. Nobody was hurt. However, someone was hurt at another fire, which we're about to show you right there. That's on the southeast side near Pecan Valley and Goliad Road. We're told the flames damaged the entire upstairs part of the house. One firefighter dislocated a finger during that fight or fighting that fire, but it's unclear at this point what started that fire. In other news now, she is a former law enforcement official staring down a possible prison sentence today. Michelle Barrientes Vela's attorneys got their first chance to defend her character as the sentencing portion of her public corruption trial resumed. Her former boss, co-workers, and sister-in-law took the stand and described Barrientes Vela as caring, only to then have the prosecution get them to admit that some of her actions, like falsifying government records, weren't so good. And this happened over and over. In fact, each time a witness painted Barrientes Vela as a solid employee or a loving mother, the prosecution reminded them of what took place while she was in public office.
You said she was generous, so she would pay for everybody?
Yes.
Did she pay for you?
Yes.
Was it in cash?
I don't remember how she paid.
Was it in card?
I don't remember.
Barrientes Vela faces between 2 years probation and 10 years in prison. Because she's indicated that she's going to appeal her felony conviction, she's going to be allowed to remain free, even if she is given a harsh sentence. It is possible the defense in this case is going to rest tomorrow. And now an update on the murders of 4 students from the University of Idaho. The prime suspect is awaiting extradition from Pennsylvania. Police arrested Brian Koberger last week at his parents' home in Pennsylvania. Police in Idaho linked Koberger to the crime by running DNA through a public genealogy database.
You have DNA from a crime, but you don't have a suspect. He's not in a database. So you use public databases of genealogy looking for relatives. Eventually, you get down to the point where you can match the DNA potentially to your suspect.
The 28-year-old graduate student faces 4 counts of murder and burglary, and the death penalty is on the table in this case. Back here at home, how's the weather treating you? After last week, it's hard to complain, right? Meteorologist Adam Caskey tells you what you need to know before you head out the door tomorrow.
It's a time of year we often have cool mornings followed by comfortable afternoons. Big temperature difference, and tomorrow no exception. 46 at 7 a.m. and then by noon we're up to 68. Sunny and 75 for the high temperature, and the rest of the work week is really the same. That big temperature spread. Long sleeves in the morning, short sleeves by the afternoon. Some changes this weekend. A weak cold front hits us Saturday night, and that's going to give us the opportunity to see some showers and thunderstorms. Right now, that's at 40%. Of course, a lot of time between now and then, so check back for updates.
Need a job? The Bexar County Courthouse needs court reporters. They're basically the eyes and ears of the courtroom. Our Myra Arthur explains.
Or affirm.
Bexar County court reporters are ready to start a new year. The job itself is one that Stephanie Barajas Guthrie says changed her life.
I was a stay-at-home mother of 7 kids for 7 years, and I needed to do something for myself and my family. So I decided to proceed down this path so that I could provide for all of us.
A court reporter captures all court proceedings, recording it in an official court transcript. That transcript is critically important, especially if defendants later file an appeal.
If you have an interest in the legal system, in law, in true crime, this is the profession for you because you're right there in the middle of everything. You get to see the whole process and know how everything works.
In Bexar County, there are currently more than 40 court reporters, but more are needed. That need is based on the number of court cases, and right now, there's a big backlog.
There is a need. It's 100% placement. If you go to school and you become a court reporter, you will have a job.
Bexar County court reporter Mary Skopas says the job pays well and there's flexibility. The average pay for a court reporter in Texas is around $50,000 a year.
It is a specialized field. It just changed my life.
All right, you were seeing that. Now you might be wondering about the typing requirements. Well, court reporters are trained to type 200 words a minute, and before they start, they have to earn a certificate. If you're interested, we have the information that you need on KSAT.com, and good luck. Now that it's a new year, you probably have some home improvement projects on your to-do list, but before you start, our Marilyn Moritz says that you could save a lot of money if you go green.
When Paul Hope renovated his home, he tried to be eco-friendly, so he made the switch from a gas stove to an electric one.
I've always preferred cooking on a gas range, but I knew electric and induction ranges had gotten a lot better over the years and that they're way better for the environment.
Now homeowners who make certain energy-efficient upgrades may be able to get up to $14,000 in cash rebates and tax credits because of the Inflation Reduction Act. How much you'll be able to get depends on income, the state, and what improvements you make. If you want to switch stoves like Paul did, a rebate of up to $840 can help. Plus, you may get another $500 to help cover the cost of converting from natural gas or propane to electric. The biggest tax credits and rebates are for heat pumps, a high-efficiency system that heats and cools your home, as much as $8,000 off.
While the upfront cost for a heat pump may be higher, these incentives will definitely help. And over the long term, you might actually save money depending upon where you live and what fuel and electricity cost in your area.
And there will be other rebates like upgrading to more efficient exterior doors and windows. The tax credits are claimed on your income taxes, but the cash rebates, those are handled by the state, so check on their availability before you buy. Marilyn Moritz, KSAT 12 News.
All right, keep that in mind. Now, since we mentioned the new year, let's talk diets. Lots of people want to know which one is best. Well, according to U.S. News and World Report, it is the Mediterranean diet. Now, the thing is, this type of diet has made the list before. It's more of a lifestyle than a diet, really. It features simple, plant-based cooking with a focus on fruits, vegetables, whole grains, beans, and seeds. Mediterranean food uses mostly extra virgin olive oil instead of butter. Studies have shown that that style of food can reduce the risk for diabetes, high cholesterol, dementia, depression, and breast cancer. And by the way, aside from winning best overall, the Mediterranean diet also tied for the best family-friendly diet and also best bone and joint health diet. All right, so that gives you something to think about. We're out of time right now. The 9 at Night returns tomorrow. Have a beautiful night.